Been looking for a nice professional hair clipper that may have the power for use, either at a professional barber shop, professional salon, or even in the comfort of your home, this brief video is for you. If you have been looking for what may be a high-quality professional cordless electric hair clipper and may have the motor power, quiet vibration, speeds and more, this brief video may be for you as well. This brief video will be a brief review on the Featured OPOVE Professional Hair Clipper. There are links provided at the bottom, in the description of this featured video, that will take you to the official page that you see on your screen here. If at any time, you would like to visit the official page that you see on your screen for yourself and take a look at the information more in depth, or if you would just like to follow along with us on your own, all that you have to do is just click on the links provided below, to be taken to the official page, for the Featured OPOVE Professional Hair Clipper. Now, there is much information on the page that you see on your screen. In this brief video, we will go over and touch on the points and portions of the page that we feel will be of most interest to you. One thing to note here, is that the information that you are seeing here, is what is current at the recording of this particular video, as far as the number of reviews and testimonials, which may have changed after this particular recording. Remember to click on the links below in the description to see the more updated numbers and information for yourself. So, one of the main points that we want to briefly go over here, which is, in our opinion, one of the main reasons we always want to do particular reviews on certain clippers and trimmers, the parts, the equipment, etc., are the current number of reviews and testimonials, and also the ratings from the actual customers who have purchased them. And as we can briefly see here, that out of a 5-star rating, the Featured OPOVE Professional Clipper currently has 1,597 customers that have rated it, and as you can see here, the Featured Professional Hair Clipper currently is getting a 4.6 out of a 5-star rating, which we feel is a pretty nice rating. And as you can briefly see here, that out of what is currently 1,597 actual customers that have rated it, most were satisfied and gave it a 5-star rating. And, we feel that you should really look into the ratings for yourself by clicking on the links that are provided below in the description. And what really caught our attention about the Featured Professional Hair Clipper, is that currently 81% of the customers actually give it a 5-star rating, which we feel is pretty good as well, and is something to consider, and should give you a pretty good idea of how most of the customers feel, whether the Featured Professional Hair Clipper is worth it or not. Please note, that from our research of the actual customer reviews, some of the main things that customers were impressed with, was the look and design of it. Some were very impressed with the digital micro adjustments that it is said to have and also the ease and the look of the functions that it has. One of the things that we saw, which we feel is very important, is that customers were very impressed with the battery life that it has. And another thing that we took note of was some were impressed with the presentation of the featured clipper, and the packaging of it as well. Just take a look, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page here. Remember, there is a link here to see all of the reviews and testimonials for yourself, when you get to the official page that you see here. Also remember, the numbers that you see in this particular video may have changed after the recording of the video, as far as the number of reviews and testimonials, ratings, etc. Once again, be sure to click on the links below in the video description to take a more in-depth look at all of the information for yourself. So, in this portion of our brief video, we first want to briefly go over and touch on a few of the details from what the manufacturer has to say about the Featured Professional Hair Clipper. And as we can briefly see here, it is said to be a professional cordless hair clipper, and you can see the details of this point here. Also, as a note of interest here, it says that the blades can be removed and washed underwater, which we feel is an awesome feature in our opinion. Let's look a little further as we scroll. Now, let's look here as we can see here where it says, easy to cut hair, and we can see here the details of this feature, the lengths, speeds and more. Now, as mentioned earlier, some of the reviews that we had looked at, talked a lot about battery time, and as you can see here where it says, 250 minutes of runtime, the details of this feature and more as well. Now, down at the end of this, we can see the details, where it says Smart LCD screen, maintain easily, and the details speak more on this as we scroll down here. Just take a look, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page here. So now, what we want to do here, is just briefly show you what the Featured Professional Hair Clipper looks like here. Just briefly take a look as we briefly scroll through. You can briefly see here also, the way that it looks and the style of it as well. The style of it, in our opinion, is just awesome, and the look of this particular clipper just blows us away. You can just take a look here, as it shows what the package or box that it comes in, looks like, and you can also take a look here where it shows what is called an advanced electric 4-length regulator. Also here, You can take a look at the motor and also how it looks when plugged in or on the charger. And once again, you can take a look here at the blades, and also the guards that are said to come with the featured professional clipper as well. Just take a look, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page here. Once again, be sure to click on the links below in the video description to take a more in-depth look at all of the information for yourself. Now, in this portion of our brief video, we love to briefly touch on the portion of the page that compares the featured professional clipper and how it compares to similar clippers, what they include and what this particular clipper includes, along with other specifics as well. You can see the ratings, the number of reviews and testimonials, prices and more here as well. And with that being said, just briefly check here, as we briefly scroll through this portion of the page, at the ratings as they compare with each other. So here, as we can see, there are other videos that are presented on the page for you to see and take a better look at the featured professional hair clipper, so that you can get a better idea of it for yourself. Also, in this portion of our brief video here, we don't want to forget what we feel is one of the main points of the page, which is the customer questions and answers portion of the page here. And you can briefly take a look at some of the questions and concerns that customers have, and how these concerns are addressed as well. And also here, you can see that there are some customer reviews that have images and more featured here, in this portion of the page as well. Just briefly take a look here as we briefly scroll through this portion of the official page. Once again, be sure to click on the links below in the video description to take a more in-depth look at all of the information for yourself. Now, make sure that when you get to the official webpage that you see on your screen by clicking on the links below in the video description, that you pay particular attention to all of the information that is presented on the page, to give you a better idea of what the featured professional hair clipper may be able to do for you, and how you may be able to benefit from it as well. Also, make sure that you pay particular attention to the current ratings and reviews from actual customers, and you can also click on these to take a more in-depth look at all of them as well, when you get to the official page that you see here on your screen. Once again, we would like to thank you for watching our brief video review. If you have found that the information presented here in this video was helpful and insightful to you, be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Remember to click on the links below in the video description to go to the official webpage that you have seen on the screen in this video, to get more information and see more, if you decide to choose the featured OPOVE Professional Hair Clipper.